Now, when I asked you earlier how many of you were familiar with the term Ubuntu, very few of you raised your hands in the room. And I know that out in Facebook land on the live stream, you think that we can't see you, but that is not true. And I recognize that about the same little percentage of maybe 5% of you were familiar with it. So just like Karen gave you a different pronunciation than you may have used before for namaste, I want you to practice another pronunciation so that you are not stumbling over it, right? So, Ubuntu. Repeat after me. Ubuntu. There are 3 U's and they all have the oo sound. So it's really easy. It just looks a little different because you didn't grow up in South Africa speaking Zulu. So it would look a little strange or different to you. Now say it with me 3 times. Ubuntu, Ubuntu, Ubuntu. The emphasis is on the middle syllable. Ubuntu. So what does Ubuntu mean? Ubuntu loosely translates into I am because we are. I am because we are. This idea, this South African concept of Ubuntu is more than a word. It is a philosophy of life. It is a philosophy that says that I could not exist except that you exist, that I am human. Archbishop Desmond Tutu has been interviewed many, many times because he's the one who is credited with really introducing this beyond Africa, especially into the Western world. And he has been interviewed many times where he says that in the philosophy of Ubuntu, the concept of humanity is really a synonym. Ubuntu means humanity in a way that you could not be human without other human beings. He uses the example of thinking about when you were growing up and you were learning to speak. Other human beings taught you language and grammar and the proper way to speak. Just about everything we know as humans, we learned from other humans in terms of our behavior, in terms of our values, right? So the divinity that is the truth of us, our reality, our innermost reality, gets expressed through the way that we engage with others. And so the way we learn to be human is we learn to be human with and from other humans. I am because we are. And I love this concept. I love this concept so much. And Ernest Holmes wrote about not Ubuntu. He didn't know the word Ubuntu. But this is one of the quotes that I turn to a lot of times to remind me that I actually am not separate from, I'm not separate from Randy. I'm not separate from anyone that I see. I'm not separate. I am united with all. I am one with the eternal light itself. And this presence of spirit within me blesses everyone I meet. This presence of spirit within me tends to heal everything I touch. This presence within me that is spirit brings gladness into the life of everyone I contact. If I choose that, if I remember that. if I remember that I and Spirit are one, and that is what is what is experienced in me and through me, then that is what everyone I come into contact with will experience as well.